Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Wantless, where I've been looking over our patient options for today, and I think we're gonna try Genevieve Granger. First of all, I do want to note that I understand why it's like this. I understand how this stuff is generated in these games, but I do think it's a very goofy to use the phrase legendary patient to describe somebody. So we have four qualities here. Sadistic and jealous are both pretty scary, sadistic in particular. Strong-willed has enemies resisting pain damage, and stoic has enemies resisting grief damage. We don't know exactly how much resist this is, but it still allows the majority of our damage types through. We do more fear than anything else. Callista Blake has only like half of the meaningful reward, and then on top of that, all of the enemies in there are going to resist fear damage, which is going to make it very difficult for us to do our thing. And also, I kind of don't actually think the loot here is all that exciting, aside from, a pretty good amount of XP. But why take pretty good when you could take 1100? So I'm expecting this to be difficult. Sadistic is pretty scary, but we do have, just 3 lesser envies to track down. I think in this patient, we should not spend a lot of time screwing around. Let's just stay focused on the goal, make it happen. Probably not a lot of exploration time here. I don't particularly think the rewards here are amazing, so I won't miss the extra insight points, I don't think. Let's just try to survive this. Okay, so we got a couple of breeders right next to a dowsing impulse. There is a motivating memory over there, which is interesting, potentially important. And really, as long as we don't let the blights get on top of us, this is not too bad as far as like situations where enemies are attacking multiple times and everything. I think I'm going to try to approach from down here. So we'll just start with this. I'm not expecting to encounter a lot of resistance until we use our teleport to get onto the main landmass here. The question is, when do I want that to be? If I were to drop the pillar right here, it would have just enough range to set this thing off on its first attack. Next turn, we could flashing arrow in to avoid giving it too much AP to work with. And then the turn afterward, we could summon the ranger. It'll be one of the situations where the ranger acts at the end of the enemy turn instead of the beginning, which is a little scary, but we might be able to get some good stuff going. I think I actually am going to try that. I am not going to do anything else right now because I don't want to give it any juice. Okay, that's a little bit of a scary position for it to have moved into. I think I want to just flash to here. And if I do anything else, the horror pillar is going to go off, so we're going to wait. Okay, this is where I summon a ranger, hit the buckler harvest, and try to survive. Fortunately, we'll get shielded by the pillar before any enemies attack. I think I'm just going to go ahead and drop it here for maximum buckler efficiency. Thorns for everybody. So you're going to get hit once already. I do need to make sure you actually die, I think. Okay. And that gives the ranger enough AP to do stuff. I think I don't want to act any further. I guess the enemies have a lot of AP, but like, what else am I going to do? I suppose is the question. And I think the answer is nothing. If I spend 2 AP, all the monsters will get 1 AP, and then my ranger will get a second shot. That's probably worth doing. But to be perfectly honest with you, I think what I'm going to do to spend the AP is just walk back and forth. Alright, that's pretty good. I am being targeted for subversion. Oh, just barely doesn't survive. That's a shame. Okay, we don't at the moment feel like we know what subversion does. All right, well. You are not currently actually dying. And you're not in the pillar's range either. But I could step over and I could punch you to death. It's probably worth doing. And then I probably want to take one more step. I'm still in barrier range here. This lets me missile in a way that gets both of them. And then I probably don't do anything else. Next turn we'll be able to teleport, so I'll be able to deal with what's coming out of the mania breeder there. Yeah, I think I'm not going to do anything else. Ow. Why am I not able to flashing arrow? Oh, I'm silenced. Well, that's inconvenient. It's actually very difficult to move around over here while silenced and slowed, and yeah, no, this is miserable. We can, at the very least, kill that thing. So we don't have to worry about any more spawns from over there. I should have brought the ground clearing AoE instead of the marking dart for this, because we know these are not like impressive enemies. All right. I mean, I could just take it easy here. Next turn, my silence wears off and I can teleport properly. Step to here and yeah. All right. $150 HP. The thing is, like, I need to do this. Yeah. I would have liked to be able to drop it on top of that guy, but just don't think it was really available. So this is 4 AP. You have 69 health left. I think this works, right? I take the preserve and then I just throw 3 punches. It does not quite work. Awakened punch? Awakened punch is not sufficient. That's really annoying. Well, I mean, there's a chance. 21 to 27. Sorry, I should have. It looked like it was going to survive, but it's just it wasn't in the guaranteed kill area. I guess I'll take the Serenity. I would take hit damage over other stuff, but hit resistance I'm a little bit less excited about. All right, this one doesn't look too bad. We could probably do a lot of good work here pretty quickly. Takes the patient's attention away from you. Interesting. Okay, on death you just leave stuff on your positions. Like I could drop... These things will not harm the memory when they are destroyed. I don't know where I think the self-deceit is going to move. And I want to try to be a little cautious about that. Yeah, I'm going to take a turn real slow here. I know I'm burning regen time if I'm not acting quickly, but yeah, that's kind of what I was hoping for. Alright, so let's go to like... here. And drop it here. It is going to hit itself with the frightening pillar, but I think that's okay. Or with the frightening impulse when it blows up. But yeah, I think that's alright. Wow, that dude is really on the move. Am I going to lose my sniper immediately? I think the answer is probably yes. If I move and then drop the sniper, the pillar will go off this turn. I'll tell you what I would like is to put the sniper down here. I don't really want to get blown up by the impulse either, right? But I guess I do have regen. Yeah. Also, I could, like, back out. I definitely want to be close enough for the barrier, though. I think I'm just going to end the turn here. Alright, so you stockpile up. You move away from all the explosives, coward. That thing does not move back toward us, which is interesting. So one thing I could do here, I'm gonna buckler, and then I'm going to flashing arrow onto a tile where I'm not going to be affected by everything. And then we're gonna pop this enemy. You need one more AP. I might just leave him with 7. Oh, you know what? The bubbling, the pillar is going to give him an AP because it's going to destroy an entity. So yeah, that works out just fine, actually. All right, excellent start. And we're doing a pretty good job, I think, of maintaining control of the situation. So I'm going to step to here, drop my missile like that. And then I think if I move over into a position where I can punch this thing, I think my my horror can clean up the rest. 1, 1, 2, 3. I'm not actually going to be able to get close enough, though, am I? I am not. Okay, so we might get one spawn. I might not be able to stop that. I don't know that there's a lot of... I guess we may as well move 3 more spaces, fill the ranger all the way up. Maybe it can shoot them both. I think it's probably going to have a line of sight problem on this guy, though, because of the pipe. Yeah. Okay. The good news is this is a situation where I should be able to just clean things right up. Alright, and no memory damage. Leave a trail of flow in your wake for 3 turns. That's cool. Unyielding and tenacious are not like super exciting. It's tenacious, I guess, sort of. I tend not to get like bursted down, you know? Usually it's pretty slow coming when we have time to react to it. But I guess. Room cleared without taking damage. Pretty fancy. Okay. And yeah, we're just going to stick to the route here. There's our final friend. I don't think this thing's going to move forward. But I'm going to move conservatively in any case. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Well, I gotta tell you. I really, really want to put... I want to put the pillar like here, if I'm honest. It'll probably destroy that memory, but I could just take the memory first instead. I'm going to do it. They very well may move into it. That might get caught, but if it doesn't get caught, I think it gives us some interesting options. So we're going to go Ranger and pass so that the pillar doesn't go off early. That's a little annoying. Okay, so the pillar is going to hit these 2, right? I think that's its pattern. I'm gonna flashing arrow over here, grab this, and then just drop a missile on top of the lesser envy. Do I want to buckler before I do that? Because it's gonna be 2, 2, 2. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. 2 for the thing, 2 for the teleport, 2 for the missile, 1 for the grab. And we are still good. Surprise, everybody! And then I'm going to step forward, I guess? I just want to not be in the range of the painful impulse. I think stay, because there's another memory over there that I haven't looted yet. And I think we have this under control. Oh, never mind. What am I talking about? Of course he was going to destroy the memory. Well, whatever. It is not probably going to be a big deal to finish this. There is foul ground there, which is annoying. There's always foul ground everywhere. If I mark you, you're also losing AP. The mark itself doesn't really do anything of value, though. And you don't need to move to fight at the moment. I think I'm better off just stepping forward and throwing punches. As much as it does make it so that you can hit us both with the same hammer. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. It's true, it is my turn. You might notice that there's no enemies left, but this dead self has to be punched to death for whatever reason. Okay, sure. Oh, hey, actually, yeah, pretty good to see Inner right before we leave, huh? I will take all of these things. There's actually no reason not to. I guess I could have re-rolled after buying like the knowledge shards because those other two things were not amazing. I guess I may as well, right? Like, oh, I can't get it's. I can't. He won't re-roll a new inventory. He would just re-roll the items that. Okay, because it doesn't matter what health we're at. Well, whatever. We got the thing done. We got paid. No insight, but lots of everything else. Yeah, look at that. That is an incredible amount of tokens. So I don't think this coat is quite for us. +2 max demolitionist stacks. I don't even know what that means. Octocycling seems unreasonable. Hexa perpetuation is kind of interesting, but I think I'm okay just taking a high level strike because at some point we're gonna want to like start upgrading to strike 4s, right? Finally, it's finally over. I do feel like we're, you know, on the occasion when we go into somebody's mind and we pull out a bunch of envy that's holding them down and making them miserable, it is easy to feel good about the thing again, and I guess that's the trap of it, isn't it? Alright, tower totems. That is very expensive. I'm sure it's, you know, I'm sure it's very good, but it's very expensive. Also, discipline weight 12. Stun for 1 turn. If the target dies, the effect spreads to nearby valid targets. I think that seems very powerful. Ooh, so does this vulnerability. I don't know. It's a lot to pay for, like, a slot on an ability is a lot to pay for 18% bonus damage from one type of effect. I'm going to buy the stun. Alright, and then our plan was to head into this area through sharing, right? Oh, sorry, my plan was to get maturity first. Yes. Let us take that. Now, if only we can get our automatons to actually survive through a turn. I suppose it might be worth some testing to see if the other forms have significantly higher HP. A thing to consider, at least. I'm not going to stress about it right this second. Blue tier 4. I mean, I am feeling more powerful for sure. Next damage skill within 2 turns deals double damage. So it specifies a hit damage on the skill part, but not on the double damage part. I'm going to assume it probably only applies to the hit damage. Enemies resist disables and explode on death. I mean, the XP rewards and stuff are very compelling, but we do know we have trouble with these tier 4s. Yeesh. The XP rewards out of everybody else are so bad, though. This one just wants us to preserve 5 memories. That's probably not actually that many combat encounters. So that is a tier 1 of 4 version of the poison effect. I do like the secondary effect on that an awful lot, though. An 8 square push is not bad either. Part of me thinks we should probably take it easy here. Let's not go up to a tier 4 right this second, even though I would love the XP. Because of the fact that we are 1 good patient clear away from hitting our next reputation threshold. And then once we've earned the ability to sail onward, then maybe we can hang out and try some more stuff. Ooh, that social booster is interesting. Monolith totem, we know how that rolls. These are just worse version of our current gloves. So yeah, not a lot of compelling rewards here. Social booster is probably worth having. Once we get the ability to summon more, I may have to redesign my whole kit if we actually want to be able to try to maintain that many summons. It seems difficult. But yeah, let's do this. My guess is right now that they will not rescind our ability to travel if we go up to 30 and then we try a difficult patient and we lose back down below 30 rep. That said, since this guy's a tier 3, I do feel like we can definitely take an exploration. Alright, mushrooms. End your turn out of enemy line of sight twice. Kill 2 enemies with a single skill. Those both seem extremely doable. So let's see here. We got some emptiness engines all around the edge of the arena. Doubt engines, who are going to be really good at picking off memories. So we're going to be careful about that. Where do we want to put the pillar? This map is kind of an awkward spot for it. I might just put it here. It's not too likely to get seen there. An enemy just, like if this guy decides to just go northeast, he won't quite get vision of it. And there's no sense in setting it deeper and having it like, you know, just fire into the wall for the most part, I think. But also I worry that it is going to have some real trouble actually dealing damage to our enemies in this position. Does this count as ending my turn outside of enemy line of sight a second time? It looks like no. Alright, I appreciate you getting closer. So, maturity. Stacks of maturity. Each one is 5% more power. It's not nothing. So, do I want to just flashing arrow over here? I think so. Flashing arrow. Blow you up. Claim the memory for safekeeping. And then you would like 2 more AP. It's a shame I'm not actually going to like use a lot of the AP in that memory. I could run into the force field. Honestly, I don't see much reason to do anything else. Alright, solid shooting. It's a little bit aggressive, that positioning there. Alright, I put the thorns on the right people. Alright, great work, y'all. So, a fragilized does kill that guy. I would love to kill the 2 mushrooms. If I move to here, I can at least see through my own units. There's some treasure. I don't particularly want to be in a line with my own people. Oh, and I actually can't get to that motivating memory. That's a shame. Alright, well that'll be last AP for you. I guess I want to do one more thing, ideally, to give you your last AP. Because we're not going to get a kill otherwise. You know what? Because discharge, destroying the memory... Oh no, that does not count. It does not give an extra AP. Well, he wouldn't have been able to shoot twice anyway because he moved, so... I guess I don't feel too bad about that. Weird to double teleport in that situation. Also, weird to teleport me to here. I guess those are the last enemies left, so they're just trying to survive. It's not terrible. The pillar is going to totally own them. Okay, not too bad. Why would you move so far? If you just moved to here, you would have had 4 AP left. It's like they don't want to win the fights, you know? Honestly, haste. Haste is pretty decent. Okay, a cure 3. That's pretty handy. And are you got anything fun? I could study enough to earn 1 awareness point. I don't think I'm going to take these deals. Do we go deeper? Do we go another? We did lose a memory there. I'm going to go 1 more at this depth. Okay, one of these encounters with the sleeping titan. Honestly, this doesn't look that bad. This looks very doable. I do have to be wary of letting them near the mending memory, but other than that, I'm feeling pretty okay. Where do I want to put the pillar? Alright, let's hope that doesn't immediately get me caught. Not immediately. I do like that this gives us a little time to build up the maturity. Alright, so the pillar is going to be able to hit this doubt engine. I don't think we have to worry about that one right away. I think let's cast down here. So I'm going to shield up. Can I cast through that? I can. Okay. Sadly, this is insufficient for the kill. At this point, I may as well move in and throw that punch as well. Oh, maybe I should have stayed close enough to barrier. That might have been wise. Well, it turns out the Rangers got my back. Even with all the damage reduction, the Ranger is just too powerful. Once again, managed to neatly move out of the area of the free shields. Alright, the time has come for violence. This is a powerful, rare sleepiness. Alright, kids, light them up. I got 3 left. I could just resummon the bulwark. I probably, yeah. I should do that, and that means I should have done that before casting. I feel very silly now. You know, I will at least make 1 movement here. Let it get an AP to work with. I can start stockpiling. Okay, I will summon a new Ranger. We're gonna flick you. It's not even much of a move, but I just want you to be next to this thing when it explodes. And I wish I had 1 more AP, because I would really like to do a Buckler Harvest, but sadly I am out. I mean, this thing has a lot of health. Which is not to say that the Ranger cannot handle the business, but it is just a lot of health. And then so much punching. It is the only way I know how to help cure the mind of a mentally ill person. Just get in there and punch all the bad thoughts. Okay, excellent work. Ooh, your hit damage inflicts disarm for 3 turns. That's a kind of diplomacy I can get behind. Earned ourselves a rare secret. And also a memory to help dial back the instability just a little bit. At this point, I suppose we should take the other memory. At this point, I think we can just move on to the waymarked route. I'm not going to bother with any more insight stuff. Again, I want to be sure we get this done, right? At first, it was just pain, then a hole, then a larger gape, then this. The thin husk of self that remains is barely enough to justify existence. I mean, that's certainly a way that you could feel about that thing. So... I kind of want to, like, flick this thing, obviously, but I don't know that that's going to make more sense than just moving around it, because I am, like... We do need to get some stuff done, right? Maybe the play is just set up a pillar, let the pillar burn the impulse. I feel like we've fought one of these things before, or at least something very similar, but I do not remember how to fight it. Oh, the Ranger's not off cooldown yet. Well, that's interesting. I guess I can take a pretty soft turn then. Let's not give you too much to work with. Okay, all right. This was pretty lucky. That is still going to explode. Let's jump out here. Set down this ranger in a position where it's not going to immediately die. Buckler harvest, and then just step slightly out of the AoE. Alright, that is going to charge the hell out of that ranger. It's a pretty decent start. Okay, I put him to sleep. I don't know that that's super meaningful. I guess I didn't really need to do that. Because he's gonna... Right, like the ranger's gonna go off, and I want the ranger to go off. And that'll wake him up anyway. So I think I just throw a bunch of punches, like, honestly. Now it is worth noting he has been disarmed. And yes, I do wish that that pillar was in a slightly more relevant location. Yep, that's a maze, all right. So if I go to here... I move it like this, 1, 2, 3, and up. Yeah, I'll be able to hit him. Or not, apparently. Okay, well. I will punch through this thorn so that I can do it up here. It did hurt a little bit. How y'all doing? You're full. He's also full, so it doesn't really hurt anybody for me to just quickly heal off some of that damage. Did you really move just enough so that you wouldn't be able to shoot? Why? Why do that? Alright, well, this lament looks like it's probably going to be not super great. Hey, buddy. Good luck. I don't have any infect on me. I guess I'd rather leave that in place. I'm going to take one step to enable a little bit of stockpiling here. Well, all right. Thanks for carving me a way out of that. So I could step forward and fire. I could drop a ranger. I think I'm going to throw a ranger down. And then take a step forward, again, just to give it some AP to stockpile with. Wow, it was able to hit me twice. Didn't it only have 2 AP left? Okay, that hurt. He's doing some damage. 50 more on me I can handle. And I guess just end the turn there, let my cooldowns come back. That could be a lot worse. And again, just kind of burn time. I got my one good move off. How much health do you have left? 475. I probably cannot just race you down at this point. I think we're still not there yet. So I'm gonna go. I guess right here, and we'll bulwark pillar. All right, well, that got me some barrier. How feasible is it to run out of here? You know what? Honestly, very feasible. Oh, how I wish I had one more AP, because I would really love to buckler harvest on this. Of course, I moved forward to give him an AP out of the barrier area. You monster. And you just have more HP than when I was fighting you earlier. Yeah, I guess I'm really just waiting for my cooldowns again. He's not low enough to rush him. Why does that have to be there? Why can't you just be cool? All right. At this point, I can finish him off with a punch. Alright, I don't think there's any reason to stick around in here, right? This earns us the reputation that we need in this area. It earns us a smallish reward. Yeah, much less impressive. The memories, on the other hand. Memories are good pulls. So we'll definitely take that social booster. I suppose the monolith totem probably combines into the next set of summons. This neurospike prosthetics is just like kind of not very interesting, and it doesn't sell for very much. Okay, if we're thinking about things in terms of sale price, I suppose the heptacycling is the way to go. We got ourselves a rare zoned 1. Minus 3% discipline cost for each slotted effect is pretty cool. Okay. I won't forget this, he says, because I removed his ability to forget. So, I think as we are, as we're like pushing along the story as fast, the story path, as fast as the story path will let us push, it does seem like things are getting harder a little bit faster than we're getting stronger. So that's another reason that I think it might be sensible to just like hang out here for a little while and see if we can level up a bit. Are we ready to move on? We shouldn't be too far from the Gigafactory now. The ship's ready, but I think you should peek into the bar first. There's a kid in there. We don't do kids. We don't ignore kids. We've been there. Look, he's carrying this wantless woman around like a ball and chain. Whatever his reasons, he hasn't come here on a whim. This isn't about the past. Just talk to him, please. Well, this sounds like it's probably going to be a tremendous bummer. And we totally will do it, next time. For right now, let's have a quick look at what's in dealer's shop. Buff efficiency. I mean, that's fine, I guess. 15% total identical effect stacking effectiveness. That's interesting. Anything terribly compelling over here? A bombardier automaton. Oh. That is kind of cool. We can afford that. It has a very high discipline weight. Plus 56% damage on targets affected by Mark. Holy hell. I mean, I don't know that we can afford to run an automaton body at this moment that has a discipline weight of 12, but it's probably worth playing with. Yo, controlled ship 3 plus 735 discipline, and we can just barely afford it. The telepathic connector is also compelling. There's a lot of stuff to buy here. I can sell things for shards, can't I? It feels like passing up this discipline thing would be very foolish. What could I drop? I could drop, like... This is not terrible. This is, like, okay. It's 12% bonus to most damage dealt. Better than 735 discipline, which would probably allow us to run... I don't know. And I also, it is worth noting, I also don't really know how plus 12% fear damage dealt works. Like, does it apply to the summons? Because the summons damage is my damage, but it's not directly my damage. So this might only apply to fear damage that comes out of the me entity. I suppose we could hit the simulator and try it, but because there's randomness in all the damage calculations in the first place, it might not be super obvious right away. I don't know, and even if there is a way to get more shards right now, we'd have to get a lot more shards to be able to buy both of the things we're interested in here. Plus 56 damage on targets affected by Mark seems so absurd. All right, I'll tell you what. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it there. That's where we're gonna call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, hopefully I will have made a decision. I think that there are some arguments for both. I suppose the automaton body probably isn't very good without the extra discipline, so maybe that makes the decision for us. I don't know. Come back next time to find out, and we'll see you then.